everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So I just posted a shorter react to Chantal's update on the needing advice for a friend situation, which is essentially her situation. But for some reason, she just won't come right out and say, this happened to me. She's acting like it happened to someone else. So this react is going to be to the 3-hour live stream where she was giving details about allegedly her friend's situation, where the friend caught some stuff on her man's phone, and Chantal was coming online asking advice for a friend. Friend. Now, I'm going into this with a healthy degree of skepticism, because I'm standing all the way back from the situation and I'm looking at it from all angles. All angles. You have to with someone like Chantal. You can't trust her word as being truthful, because rule number 1, Chantal lies. Rule number 2, Chantal tells on herself. But before rule 2, there is rule 1. So, what do I think is going on? Well, it is getting into that time of the year for YouTubers where the RPM goes up. It goes up in November. It goes up in December. And then after the first of the year, it goes back down. So Chantal knows that if she wants to make that money, she wants to get that coin, she's got to come up with something with other than mukbangs and nonsense grocery hauls and munchie hauls. She's got to go big. She got to go real big, or else she's not going to cash in as much as she could during these next 60 days. So I am taking that into account. I just don't think it's any coincidence that all of this is going on during a time of the year where she can make the most money. You know, she's bringing a little bit of the drama, although she's not too smart, because she did this live stream and almost immediately she said that her friend forgave the man in question. She wasn't even smart enough to let it go for a few weeks before ending it. It's already over. So you're not capitalizing on the fake drama as much as you could. Something that someone on Twitter pointed out, so full credit to them, something also that should be considered. Even though Chantal did a live stream where she was talking about this friend situation, I'm sure she was hoping that she would get a lot more super chats, a lot more, and she didn't. So she saw that it wasn't going to be as profitable as what she'd hoped. So she decided to cut it off. Well, of course, you're not going to make a whole lot of money with this, Chantal, because of the way you're talking about it. You're talking about it from a third person point of view. Like, this is something that didn't happen to me. This is something that happened to somebody else, someone that none of you know and you don't even know their name. People aren't interested in people they don't know and they don't talk to. They're interested in you and what's going on with you. So you messed up. You messed up by telling your situation as somebody else's situation. So you did the live stream, fishing for super chats, fishing for membership signups. You didn't get any. So you did the follow-up video to bring that chapter to a close, and we're back to the usual business. But I want to go over her live stream because there were some interesting details, very interesting details. And those of you that are on my channel, you know that recently I did a tarot reading on Chantal, and I told you guys, those two, listen, it's a lovely state of affairs. It really is. And it's so karmic in a way. It is so incredibly karmic. Isn't it wonderfully balanced that a liar, a schemer, a scammer, a manipulator meets up with and gets involved with somebody exactly like them? Isn't it great? I would prefer that arrangement versus either one of them getting with somebody who was decent and loving and kind. Because people like Salah and people like Chantal, if they find a decent person, they wreck and ruin their lives all over the place, and they leave, the damage behind and move on to the next person. So I'm glad that Salah and Chantal are together. Better that they are than to be with other people and hurt them. But Chantal and Salah, they don't love each other. They need each other. There's a difference between love and need. You can need someone without loving them. There's no love between them. They just need each other for different reasons. He needs her for the money. She needs him for public image, vanity, pride, bragging rights, whatever you want to call it. They need each other. She needs him. She's talking to other people. He's talking to other people. And yet, even though she knows the arrangement, she knows it's strictly a business arrangement between employer and employee. Even as an employer, she wants to control him. She wants to control his every move. She wants to control who he talks to. Even though they're not in a monogamous relationship, she tries to do things to him that you would do perhaps if you were in a monogamous relationship. As a matter of fact, let me go back and correct that. I'm correcting myself. If you're in a monogamous relationship, you should not be controlling your mate. You should not be patrolling their phone. Okay, you should not be doing that. That is what she thinks she should do in a relationship. That's the only thing she knows how to do to keep a man with her, is to control him and to trap him and to keep him from moving. She wants to be the puppet master. She's got very short strings attached to him, and she holds onto them tightly in her fist. But she gives some interesting details about why she's mad, and I want to react to those things with y'all. Before we do that, though, let's go over some stuff on Twitter. Let's catch up with the stuff on Twitter and see what the wonderful Twitter peeps have to say. Let me go ahead and just share the screen. Perfect. All right. So for those of you that are on Twitter and you want to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. So what do we got first? All right. So Peaches says, wait, didn't you say after Poopgate that you were going to have complete access to your man's phone? And now it's password protected and he's deleting stuff? You are so stupid, Foodie. I mean, so dumb. If there is nothing wrong, no reason to delete. Exactly. If you're involved with somebody and they have obligations to you, which I don't think the two of you are emotionally obligated to each other, because again, business transaction, business relationship, which means no personal intimate involvement. Therefore, you don't have a say in who they talk to and where they go and who they spend their time with. But if you have an intimate relationship and the person isn't doing anything behind your back, why would they delete stuff? Why would they delete stuff? Doesn't make any sense, does it? No, there really isn't. You know what I think, y'all? I think all of us in girl world, we've been telling Chantal for the longest time, that he's got a second phone, maybe even a third phone. We've been telling her that for the longest, and I think she finally found it. She found his second phone. We've been right all along, and she knows it. Then again, she might have a second and third phone. She might also have different accounts that he doesn't know about. I think they're both guilty of talking to other people. I think she's been on Telegram talking to Natter and maybe catfishing other people. He's got his people on the side. They're both scamming each other. They're both gaslighting and lying to each other. It's so dumb. It is so dumb. Okay. Fondue Pondu says, Foodie Beauty, since the weak person blocked me, if she goes live today, someone who isn't blocked, ask her why. She said her wedding anniversary was 11/11/22. If she posted, we are married, on 11/6/22. Now, I don't know about y'all, but a lot of people that I know, they know when they got married. You know the date of your wedding. You know the day that you got married. You know it like the back of your hand. So why is it that she can't remember when she got married? I mean, if it's what she wanted, she was desperate for someone to claim her and to marry her. Why wouldn't she remember that date? Why wouldn't it be etched into her brain? Unless maybe she's not married and that's why she's confused. Okay. A little palate cleanser courtesy of aesthetics. What a beautiful place. I would love to go take a walk there. It looks so incredibly peaceful. Can you just imagine walking there right now? Because I could. Just taking a walk in the breeze, those beautiful flower petals floating down. Oh, amazing. Okay, Acadia Strong says, that's how she gets her men. Now, this clip is very brief, so y'all listen.
List that I can get and pay for any man I want. List that I can get and pay for any man I want.
I can get and pay for any man I want. Well, you may pay for them and you may get them, but it doesn't mean they're going to love you. I'm just saying, you can pay for a man, you can pay for their companionship, but it doesn't mean you have access to their heart. So if that doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother you, but I think it does. Okay. This is a community post that Chantal did, courtesy of Kristen, saying, I saw that Chantal went live last night. Was she out here telling her friend's business? Yeah, she was. Allegedly, she was, because I don't think there's really a friend. I think it was Chantal telling her own business. Foodie Beauty says, hi, guys. My friend wants me to tell you that while she is grateful for the advice and ears, she asked me to let you know her man ended up proving to her what she needed to, so they can work things out and move on. She appreciates you so much, as do I. You know, this friend that you're speaking about, Chantal, this person who is speaking to you, why does she care about what people on the internet have to say? If she doesn't have a channel, if she's not a content creator, if she's not part of Girl World, why does she care? Why would she care? She wouldn't care. That part about she asked me to let you know her man ended up proving to her what she needed. You're talking about you and Salah. You know what, Chantal? There's a wonderful tarot reader on YouTube. I know you've seen me react to her. Her name is Neo Tarot. She's wonderful. She's so very gifted. I love Neo Tarot to death because she's like she's real. Just keeps it real. But there have been many readings that she's done on you, and she has said the same thing over and over. You think you're smart? You think you're playing the game smart? There are people around you that know how to play it better. You're getting played. You think that you're at the top of the class. You're not. You're actually at the back. You think you're smart. There are people around you that are playing the game even smarter. You're underestimating certain people in your life and the people they have around them. Okay? Like Salah, he knows how to play you. He knows what your weaknesses are. He knows that you wear your heart on your sleeve, that all he has to do is just pat you on the head and pinch your cheek and bring you takeout and you'll calm down. Well, like just smoothing things over with you is so incredibly easy. You're not a difficult female to make happy. So he knows how to play you. He plays you like a violin, girl. And because he knows how to play you like a violin, he can continue to get whatever he wants out of you because you're just that stupid. Let's see. All right. So this is kind of a weird clip, courtesy of Truth Seekers. This is from when she was down at the pool or gym. I don't know which it is. Truth Seeker says, is Chantal not allowed to go outside alone? He got very upset because her charger lost its battery and her phone's battery was almost gone. He instantly becomes irritated and took it out on garlic bread for no reason. Let's watch.
Ay, ay, ay. Babe, careful. Babe, my phone's 18%. This is dead, and this is 17.
Why is dead?
Because I used it.
Why you use it?
And keep in mind, she's always doing this. She's always complaining like, my phone's dead. It's about to die. Aren't you Miss Big Time YouTuber with 100K? It's not like you have to go live at a certain time. You can't charge up your phone and get stuff together before you get started. I mean, seriously. The unprofessionalism is real right now.
Because you was inside the home.
Came outside. I've been on for a long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can I have cold water? Because
Yeah. Have a good day, Becca. I hope I catch one of your lives soon. I could make a sand angel if you guys want.
but maybe I think it's too early there in their time. So maybe tomorrow early morning. How about that?
There's 500 people here.
So he just suggested them, I guess, go down to the beach and make a sand angel. And he said, yeah, we can go early in the morning. And she immediately just shut that down.
Really?
Yeah, but we don't have enough chargers in the car.
No, we have.
We have two. We need one for the router and one for the phone.
Chantal, all the money that you spend on takeout, this is what you do for a living. You can't have extra chargers and extra batteries. How much do those things really cost? If you could spend $60 on takeout, you can spend like $4 on a charger, girl.
So maybe not, eh?
No need for the router, right?
Well, how am I going to go live on my phone?
I can open internet from my phone.
Hey, you know what? Here's a great idea. If you can't go live on your phone, why don't you use the GoPro? Stupid. Didn't you just spend all that money on the GoPro? That GoPro is not really getting much use, is it? What was the point in buying it?
Will it be reliable?
Yeah. But you must be close to me.
Oh, that's right. The GoPro doesn't have filters. I love that for her.
Yeah, I don't really care about having data when I'm here because save money on it because I always bring the router with me everywhere. Unlimited internet. Hey ABC Salam. Is that DSP?
Oh, yes, YouTube lover. Hey, garlic breath. You faking cancer, you loser.
What's garlic bread got to do with this conversation? So we go from talking about chargers and I don't have enough power on my phone to jumping over to garlic bread. How do the two relate? They really don't.
Show your medical records online and don't ask the people.
Oh, shut up, Salah. Go sit down. You're so whipped. Be quiet. Okay, PTF024 says her fat, swollen hands look like boxing gloves. For the record, you see Chantal's hands, and I'm not arguing. You're right, PTF. Her hands are very, very swollen. Look, Chantal and I are both very petite. Okay, I know she's of a bigger size, but honestly, she should be my size in build. Look at my hands. This is how her hands should look compared to her hands. Insane, madam. Meow Meow says Foodie Beauty looks like dough before you punch it down. No lies were spoken here. Julie says, I thought what happened with Kybella wasn't cheating because it wasn't in person. How her tunes have changed. No doubt he's been cheating this whole time. They are both dumb. Well, can I just point something important out? if you are in a bromance of sorts with somebody, if you have a business relationship, it's just a business deal. Cheating isn't even on the table because you're not really intimately involved. You're not romantically involved with the person. You're just putting on the appearance of it for the sake of YouTube. You know, just because you get on stage and your part on stages, you're acting as somebody's husband, doesn't mean you really are. So how could somebody really be cheating if they're just playing out a paid actor part? But even if that were true and they had a relationship, which I don't think they have at all because he doesn't love her. Chantal, have you forgot about your attitude way back when you were in Canada and you were seeing a married man with a wife and you were gloating about it? You were so happy to be seeing a married man. You thought it was the bee's knees to sleep with a married man. And your reasoning was, well, the wife is in another country. You were justifying it. So you were actually physically seeing a married man and having an affair with a married man. So you're going to sit there and yell and scream at Salah for just looking at pictures on a phone. Meanwhile, your recent past was messing around with a married man, and that wasn't your first time. But let's watch the clip.
I think her man thinks that because he's not cheating in person, that it's not cheating. You know what I mean? Okay. It is totally cheating.
Again, if you're not in a relationship, there is no cheating. There can't be. Let's see. Egg on leg says, just going to drop this here. He also said the woman might have cheated on him too. Salah says in the comment, in my opinion, I think she should leave him. So was that you speaking to Chantal and saying, why don't you just go back home to Canada? I think that was a hint for her to go back home to Canada. And if he made the comment that the woman might have cheated on him too, I think they are both aware that they're each aware of each other going to other people. Like she's on Telegram talking to guys, catfishing guys, potentially talking to Natter, and he's talking to whoever in the red room. So what's all this brouhaha about? Like she's got her people, he's got his people. So what's all the noise about? If they're going to other people, like what's the big noise about? All right, Nana Spike T says what Salah wants versus what Salah got. Well, well, the thing is, I don't think a woman that looks like the lady on the left would put up with or pay for someone like Salah. But the woman on the right would. That's why he went with the option on the right. Because the option on the right will pay his way, but the one on the left will not. So like he's a gold digger, so he went for Chantal. Okay, y'all lean into this. This is really, really interesting. Things that make you go, And thank you so much, Snarky Priest, for posting this. Y'all look at this. I got to blow this up. We got to blow this up. Y'all look. Who's that? That's Natter, isn't it? That's his channel. Look at that. Look who he's looking at. Who's he watching, Chantal? Why? Why is he watching her? Aren't they supposed to be hating each other? Yet he still talks about her. And she talks about him. And she hasn't blocked Natter nor Didi from her channel. And you got to know that Chantal watches Natter So how much do these three people hate each other really? Oh, and look. Y'all see right here? Subscribed. He subscribed to her. She hasn't blocked him. She's blocked other people for a lot less. But this man that she claims is so abusive and so awful, she hasn't blocked him. And she hasn't blocked Dee Dee. I mean, make it make sense. If y'all wanted proof positive, that they're still talking, that they're still good, there you go. She's a wrathful, vengeful creature. So of all this nonsense that she's talking about, Natter, I hate him so much, blah, blah, blah. You must not hate him that much, Chantal, because you haven't blocked him from your channel. He subscribed to you. He watches you. You two have a weird relationship of sorts. You got this weird love-hate relationship that I can't even understand. But he hurts you so bad, right? He was so awful. Yet the two of you watch each other and you talk about each other even 3 years later. Make it make sense. Meow Meow says, like engaging in sexual activity, like it's pleasurable and everything, but like it takes a lot more energy than just like being by yourself and getting it done quickly. More cheating confirmed, and now confirmed they aren't doing it. No, of course they're not doing it. Of course they're not. Look, he's not attracted to Chantal. He's not. Never has been, never will be. She's so desperate for him to touch her that in a recent live stream, she used peer pressure to get him to pat her head and pinch her cheek. And can I just say, Chantal, as a woman, I found it gross. I found it really gross that you were using the fact that you were alive to pressure Salah to touch you. That is just gross, girl. Forcing contact between yourself and another human being. I'm not a fan of Salah, but just any person forcing another person to touch them, using peer pressure to do it. Ew. Just ew. Ew. Narcissism My Way says, scales working now. Yep, that's the correct weight. Can confirm that scale's working. All right. What else we got here? Is anything else? Nope, I think that's it. Cool. All right, so we're going to get into the live stream. And we're going to get into it. We might be here a while, y'all. And I'm okay with that. I'm not going to stay for the entire 3 hours. I mean, that would mean my react is like 6 hours long. Y'all ain't got that much time. We'll just cover some of it, okay? I'll just give my thoughts as we go. So I hope you guys enjoy. And if you do, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let's get going with this. Let's go.
No, not trolls and stuff. You. Hey, Mike. My face is red. Hey, Vanna.
I don't know what he did, but she is mad. Really mad. I'm here for the mad. I've said this before. This is my dessert. And the best part is it's calorie free. Can't get any weight from this dessert. It's sweet, but it's calorie free. Love it. Love it. Give me more of it.
It's like middle of the night for you guys, huh? I have a question for you guys, and I want your opinion on something. I have a close friend who asked me advice. I'm not going to say her name. It's not my new friend. somebody who said I could ask you guys. Hey, Fizz.
Can I just give my opinion on something? If you have a friend, you're having a private conversation, something unfortunate has happened to them, but they're talking to you in confidence on the phone or in person, and let's just say over coffee or tea or whatever, they tell you about how their boyfriend cheated on them or they found pictures. Obviously, that friend is in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. And they feel comfortable talking to you and telling you. So if you're the friend listening to this friend with a broken heart, and they're telling you this really painful situation, if you're a real friend, should you run to the internet and get on your channel and use their heartbreak and their pain as content for your channel? You know, air out all their dirty laundry on your channel to make money for yourself? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Even if your friend gives you permission to talk about said situation on the channel, should you? No. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. If you are a friend of somebody, you should care about your friend. And if they're asking your advice, give them advice, but keep the conversation private between friends, because that's what friends do. They keep each other's secrets. They confide in each other. Someone like Chantal, you can't confide in her. You just can't. You can't tell her any secrets. You can't tell her your business, because she looks for anything to make into content. And I mean anything. Her pain, somebody else's pain, an unfortunate event, anything is up for grabs. That's why you can't be friends with someone like her, because she never stops thinking about YouTube and making money on YouTube any way she can, especially right now during the highest paying months of the year. She's out to monetize anything. Oh, I stubbed my toe. I'll turn that into a video. Salah stubbed his toe. Let's turn that into a video. Oh, I went to the store and got a Snickers and a snack and a large Coke. Let's turn that into a video. Somebody looked at me funny in the store. We'll turn that into 40 minutes of content. She's never in Chantal mode. She's always in foodie beauty mode. That's her problem, is that she doesn't live at all off of YouTube. It's only on YouTube.
It's morning for you, Becca. Oh yeah, you're in the UK. So, my friend, her boyfriend was taking a shower, and she just so happened to see like his lock screen on his phone, and there was messages from her. You know how like WhatsApp shows you like a preview on the lock screen? She said that there was like a message from a girl with like big boobs and like a pretty girl. But she couldn't see what it said. And whenever she asked him about it, he grabbed his phone and was like secretive about it. And she said, "Show me what it is, and there won't be a problem." And
I wonder if she actually listened to all of us at Girl World. We kept saying, he's got a second phone, Chantal. He's got a second phone. And maybe she found the second phone. Maybe he left it out or something. She found the second phone.
And he pretty much told her to F off and wouldn't show her. And then she asked him again later, and he said he deleted the message. So do you guys think that's like sus, or what do you guys think about that?
Well, if you're the employer and he's the employee, you really have no right to his phone. I mean, if you guys aren't together for real, you have no right to question him about who he's talking to or when or why. You both had people on the side, so why are you mad? See, Chantal, I know what you're doing. You're talking about the situation with you and Salah. You are wording it carefully as it's somebody else. You're doing it third person because you're being very careful about the fact that you're in Kuwait and you can't go all the way off like you could in Canada. You're also being very careful because Salah is your lifeline in Kuwait. You don't know anybody else. And if he steps away from you, you'd be all alone in Kuwait and probably have to go back to Canada. So you don't want to say too much and tick him off, because that might lead to the lease for the place being yanked, and then you would have to go back. Like, you're keeping everything under wraps. I think that you know more than you're telling. I think something happened, but you just don't want to let it out right now. You're keeping it under your hat, but you're not happy.
If he's gaslighting her, it's not good news. Apparently, like, she said that he said it was like, you know, he had this number for a while and it was people from his old work, like customers asking like about stuff. And he has a history of cheating on her. So I was like, wow. I don't know. Let me ask, you know, Beezers what they think. So what would you guys do? Like, what do you guys think? Like, what should I tell her? Not good? Why do you say that?
You know what's really interesting about this? I'm sitting here watching her face, and this is where I'm getting a bit confused. So she had this conversation with a friend. The friend told her about this bad situation that happened to her, this heartbreaking situation. And Chantal's telling this story, and yet she's smirking. Like, if you are a friend of somebody and they're telling you about this really soul-crushing situation, why are you smirking over it? Why are you smirking? I mean, I don't understand that. Why are you smirking so much? Why are you smiling? Like, look at her. Like, she's got this smile on her face, like she's lying and she knows she's lying, and she's got this duper's delight smirk on her face. She's just pressing her lips together, trying to burst out laughing. I hate the fact that she lies so much.
Exactly. That's what I said. I'm like, if he had nothing to hide, he wouldn't have hurried and deleted the message, right? Physically cheating or over the phone cheating. Do it back to him about everything. I agree with that, actually. I said that. I would feel very hurt by it. So you wouldn't believe him, right? That it was just a former coworker messaging him with like big boobs.
Why is she telling this story with a smirk on her face? I'm sorry that I keep repeating that, but she almost seems gleeful talking about this situation. I don't get it.
Hey, Lanky. Hi, guys. You would demand to see his phone to see if anything else is in his phone? Yeah, same. Sounds like this is about you. No,
Yep.
I'm just asking advice, like, for my friend.
What friends? You don't have any friends. Especially women. You don't know how to be friends with women.
Does Jude have a brother? Once a cheater, always a cheater. I think when it comes to men, I think you're right, Lisa. I know for myself, I've cheated in the past, but I was at a different point in my life. And I said I would never do it again because how it feels to hurt somebody. But I think that men are just different creatures when it comes to that. And I think you're right.
Now, that's not fair to say. I'm a woman, and that's not fair to say. It's not fair to say that men are bigger cheaters than women, because there are men and women who cheat. It's not determined by gender. A sleazy cheater could be a man or a woman. I mean, look at Chantal. She was a cheater. She cheated on BB. She cheated on Pete. She did them both dirty. She did. So, and this nonsense of, oh, I've changed. No, you haven't changed. I think part of the reason why you're so incredibly controlling, Chantal, you're so excessively controlling of Salah, is that you have done wrong, and you have cheated, and you have hurt people, and you are afraid of the karmic backlash from that. You don't want someone doing to you what you've done to others, because that's usually how the way it goes. What comes around goes around. So you've cheated on people, you've hurt people, and you don't want it done to you. You're constantly afraid. You're constantly looking over your shoulder, afraid. And the only way you can keep that fear at bay is to control the people in your life to an extreme degree. Going through their phone, putting trackers on their phone, making sure that they video chat you when they're going to the store, blowing up their phone with phone calls. Where are you? Who you're talking to? Not realizing that that kind of behavior, that can drive a person batty and drive them away, because you're not giving them any rest. You're wearing people out that way. So controlling someone, it doesn't mean that they're going to be faithful. Because if a person wants to cheat, they'll find a person, a place, a time, and an opportunity. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, from the outside looking in, exactly. Yeah, I would too, Becca. I would lose all trust as well. I would give ultimatum, see the phone or hit the road and don't look back. She said that she did that, and he was like, I don't like people looking at my phone. Like, what are you, a detective? Like, sorry, but if you have a history of cheating and something sus comes up like that, yeah, idiot. Right?
I would love it if Salah found all of her little accounts where she was talking to Natter. Maybe she's afraid of that too. That the leverage that she has over him of like, look what you did with Kai Bella, and you're talking to all these women. Can you imagine how the tables would turn if he found out about Natter, her talking to Natter, sending money to Natter after claiming how abusive he was? The leverage that she has over him would be gone. He could throw that in her face. The playing field will be level. He'd be like, oh no, lady. You over here talking about me talking to other women. Look at you with your little private life behind the scenes. Look at you. She wouldn't be able to use that as a power play on him anymore.
So, because she feels crazy. She feels like, he gaslights her, and she feels crazy about it. Like, she feels crazy. Like, he turns it around on her and says, like, you're being crazy, you're being like suspicious, like you don't trust me, that kind of shit. And I was like,
You know what? I think I am so happy right now. I am so happy. I'm so happy that somebody is doing to you what you've done to people all your life. Somebody's giving you a dose of your own medicine. You lie, you manipulate, you cheat, you scam. You do all of that to people. So isn't it appropriate that somebody does it to you? I love that for you. I absolutely love it for you. I think it's wonderful that one scam artist has gotten with another and is doing to them what they've always done to others. What comes around goes around, Chantal. Looks like it's coming around, girl.
are they married? No.
No.
Yeah, she definitely deserves better than that. There's nothing worse than not being valued. For sure. So, did you guys get a notification for this live?
And Chantal, don't think it escapes me that you chose to do a live versus a video talking about this. Don't think it escapes me that you purposely did a live. Girl, I see right through you. You did a live, putting it as members only because you wanted your hug box. And that by itself looks strange. Because if you're coming online talking about somebody else's story and it's not your story, why do you need a hug box if it didn't happen to you? If this is not your pain and it's somebody else's pain, why put it to VIPs only? Also, it doesn't escape me that you're coming online and telling this heartbreaking story of a friend who's been cheated on. And you know there are people in the audience, maybe they've been cheated on, maybe they've been betrayed. You're trying to tap into the negative experiences and hurt of others, hoping it will lead to super chats and membership signups. You're trying to tap into the hurt that other people have experienced, hoping it will bring in the dollar bills. And I'm so glad that you didn't profit very much off of this live stream. I'm so glad. I mean, the way you went about it, talking about it in third person, whoever this person is that you're talking about, made up or otherwise, the Beezers, they don't know this person. They're talking to you. They're concerned about you. They're not concerned about the friend. So no, you're not going to make a whole bunch of money off of this. But coming online and trying to tap into other people's broken hearts and sadness and past heartbreaks for the sake of attention and money is, in a word, disgusting.
I didn't even think about that, but who cares? But they all say that. They want to put the blame on you. Yeah. This is very true. Easier to leave without being married. Yeah. True. Yeah, it's more complicated when you have a whole life with someone. And gaslighting is 100%. It's emotional abuse in a way because they're.
Well, then, if that's true, if gaslighting is emotional abuse, I would say, Chantal, that you've been emotionally abusive with your audience for years. Because that's what you do. You gaslight people all the time. So does that mean then, by definition, that you are emotionally abusive? You confess to being verbally abusive, so why not emotionally abusive as well? I mean, let's call things by their right names. You're a predator. You prey on people, especially weak people. You're looking for weak people, hurting people to prey upon. You look for men that are wanting money, needing money, and you use their need of money to worm your way into their life. You're a predator. By definition, you are a predator. And because you do the gaslighting and you're verbally abusive, you're an abusive person, period.
Trying to make you feel crazy for something they did. If I cheated on someone and was on the straight and narrow, I'd be dying to prove it. Exactly. Like, if you cheat on someone, she said that he tells her to get over it and don't bring up the past. Like, just completely, like, diminishing her feelings. Like, you know, like, it's not like that. It's like, you have to be patient. You fucked up. You have to be patient, and you have to realize that you have to prove yourself every step of the way. You know, you have to do.
So, oh my God, Chantal, you're talking about you. This, there's no friend here. You're talking about yourself. I don't know what you saw. I don't know what you heard, but this is your story. You're too much of a narcissist that you're going to come online and talk about somebody else but you. You want the focus on you. You want the attention on you. If people feel sympathy, you want 100% of it. You're not going to let sympathy go to another person, named or unnamed. Something happened between you and Salah. And let's go back to the pages of history. Let's go all the way back to Natter. When you were first seeing Natter, how many times did Girl World come forward and tell you about Natter being online with profiles? Did we not do that? I know we did that. It got exposed that he was on different swinger sites. And still you stayed. You saw stuff on his phone, and you saw the lady on the porch and the lady at the kitchen table, and still you stayed. And then Dee Dee, and still you stayed. So it would seem like you're going to stay no matter what. You're never going to let go. But Girl World tried to tell you, this guy Natter, he's not a one woman kind of guy. He's a anything goes kind of guy. And still you stayed. And now here's Salah. And Girl World has been telling you for months, he's got a second phone. You know he's got a second phone. I'm sure you found it. Have we ever been wrong, Chantal? Have we ever been wrong? You may not like us. We may not like you. We don't like you, but we'll tell you the truth. You may not want to hear it. You may not want to see it, but we'll tell you the truth. And you are the kind of person that the eyes will never see what the heart does not want to see. If the heart's not ready to see something, your eyes will stay willfully blind. Or even if your eyes do see something, you won't acknowledge it because you want to continue on as you are. You're not ready to let go, and you are never ready to let go. You always hang on to things far longer than you should. Even when you know they don't fit in your life and they're hurting you, you'll still hang on. And if you want to know why, it's because you've got your whole world wrapped up in your fist. You got a little bit of something. And your attitude is, this is all I've got. Your world is so tiny and so small. It's literally fits in the palm of your hand. This is all I've got. And I'm not going to let it go, because if I let it go, I won't have anything. So even if all I have is some guy in my life who doesn't like me, he's not into me, we're not doing it, that's all I've got. And if I let go of him, and if I let go of this life, I have nothing, and I got to start over. And then I got to go home to Canada, and I'm going to get egg on my face from Girl World and be humbled. And I'm not going to put up with that. So you keep on the brave face, and you keep on the mask that everything's okay when it's not. You are choosing to live in misery, and that is your choice.
Do whatever it takes to earn that trust back. And by being secretive and hiding your phone, like,
Chantal, I got news for you. Once that trust is gone, there's no getting it back. There is no amount of sweet words or flowers or candy or takeout that can bring back the trust once it's gone. Once it's over, it's over. How can you get it back once it's gone? If somebody has stepped out on you, or they've made it very clear with their actions or their words that they're not into you, how can you get it back? When's it going to come back? In the meantime, you're spinning in your own head. You're insecure. You're jealous. You're clingy. You're demanding. You're controlling. And you think that's the way to hold on to a man. The thing is, that man's not holding on to you. He's trying to let you go. He's trying to separate himself because you're driving him batty. You are driving Salah insane. He wants you to go home. He doesn't want you there. If he's spending time with other people and not you, that's a sign. It's time to go. It's really time to go. It's overdue.
no. You're right, Scapegoat. They should be dying to prove everything to you, not gaslighting and blaming it on you.
What do you want him to do? Grovel at your feet? Nah, that ain't happening. See, you're trying to act like a big boss, like you have all the power. Not true, madam, not true. Because Salah's got options. He can pick other people to be with. Do you have other people lined up in the wings to take his place? No, you don't. Look, you and I both know he's the last one. He is the last sucker that you can lure into your web. There's nobody else waiting to take his place. You don't have the health nor the money to tempt a man to put up with all of you, even for 5 minutes. So you're clinging to him desperately because there is no one else that wants you. And no one else is going to want you the way you are. You don't care about yourself. You're selfish, selfish-hearted, possessive, controlling. You're vengeful, you're wrathful. You have all the negative traits. You don't have the big money anymore to offer a man to put up with you. You know he's the last one, and there is no one else. So again, the whole thinking of this is all I've got, and I'm not letting it go. Because if Salah let go and Nader's going to jail, who's going to be there for you? Nobody. You would have to actually do some adulting and take care of yourself, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah, teardrop, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think she could too. I have my fan, but it's not that hot. I'm so tired. I feel so tired. Like I want a nap, but I can't. I just feel like mentally drained. So,
Yeah, I'm sure it is mentally draining to be as controlling as you are. I'm sure it takes all the energy that you have to always be helicoptering somebody, being over their shoulder, checking their phone. It wears you out, doesn't it? It is draining. But guess what? If the love was real, you wouldn't have to act like that, stupid. You act like that when the love isn't real and you're desperate to hang on. So maybe the solution is let it go. Go home. Just go home. Does it make sense to be in Kuwait if you're losing money and people are tired of Salah and his crazy frog on the keyboard? Is it worth it? What are you getting out of it? What? Let me appeal to the narcissist in you. Since you're all concerned about yourself, let me put a new spin on things that you can understand, Miss Narcissist. Since you're all about yourself, let's think about you, all about yourself. You're very concerned about your money. You're very concerned about your channel because this is how you make a living. Your views are tanking. Your viewers are bored. Girl world is bored of you. And you're not working as hard as you could to keep us interested. You're not. Your health is declining. You're miserable in Kuwait. You're doing nothing but gaining weight over there. What are you getting out of being in Kuwait? What positive thing has come from you being in Kuwait? Wouldn't it make more sense to look at Salah and go, look, we tried this, tried it for 3 years. My audience doesn't like you. I don't even like you. I'm going to go home and I'm going to do what I need to do to get things back on track. I'm going to go home where I feel the most comfortable and I can do more and I can be myself and I can be happier. So let's just agree to disagree and cut this off and leave as friends and consider it a done deal. Wouldn't it make sense to do that? What's the point of hanging on to this? Just let it go. Let it all go.
One second, guys. Okay, I took it off because there's not many people here, so. Hey, Allison, Laura.
That is so funny. So she tried to lock it down as a hug box, and there wasn't there wasn't enough members. Ooh, there wasn't enough members. Hey, Foodie, remember back in the day during Crackhead Olympics, you had members signing up left and right. And here we are in Kuwait, just a few years later. You don't even have enough members to fill up your hug box. When you want to do VIB only chat, you got to open it up. You hate talking to people for free. It makes you unhappy. See, this is what comes from going to Kuwait and pretending to be something you're not. Another reason to go home.
I'm outside, Rita. Hey, ABCD. Lovely. Fiskig, you gifted 5 members. Thank you, Fiskig. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's so kind of you. Chantal. Tell your friend she needs to get out. Hey, Bremac and M. Thank you. The Euro Morning Bees. Tell him to kick rocks, Stephanie. Red flags? Oh, yeah, red flags.
And I think the Beezers, they're reading between the lines here. I'm getting the feeling they're all reading between the lines. They're sensing that she's talking about herself. She doesn't want to say it's her, but everybody's smart enough. They're reading between the lines. Like, we know you're talking about yourself, and the advice they're giving her pertains to her. It's like everybody knows what's going on here.
So that's your opinion?
Because if she's talking about somebody else's story, why is she getting so emotional? Why does she look so down? Why did she put it as VIB chat? I mean, because it's somebody else's story, right? How does it affect her? So, like, we all know what's going on here, Foodie.
I was just curious. I'm like, let me ask my Beezers. Your friend should break up with that guy. He doesn't respect her.
Like, okay, here's somebody saying, Johanna Cody says, we can see right through you. We know you're hurting and we're angry for you. Get out, red flag. See, the Beezers aren't stupid. And Girl World isn't stupid. We would very much appreciate it if you stopped treating us like we're stupid, Foodie. You're the idiot that paid $9,000 to this guy. You stayed over there for 3 years. You're the stupid one. Not us. Not us. So since you're the dumb one and we're not, maybe some of the things that we have to say you should listen to? Yeah, I think so.
At all. So, like, You guys think that finding that on the phone is just nothing? Like you think, like he's saying that it's just like a former coworker, but wouldn't show the phone. You confetti. Yeah, narcissist, always your fault, never theirs. Yep. Billy bullshitter.
All creations made for you says you wear your emotions on your sleeve. Not hard to tell this is about you and not a friend. Sorry you are going through this. I'm not sorry she's going through this. I'm actually happy. Why? Because she deserves it. She deserves it for being a cheater herself and for hurting people. For all the hurt she's caused people, all the lies she's told, all the manipulating she's done. Karma. Ain't karma a bitch? It sure is. It sure is. And it comes in at just the right time. And it especially walks in the room when you're with somebody you really shouldn't be with. And there's a situation that is not good and it's not going to get good. And it's saying it's time to shut off the lights. It's time to end the party. The party's over. Looks like the party's over, Chantal. So what are you going to do? Are you going to stand in the middle of a dark room all alone? Or are you going to respond to the party being over and leave and go somewhere else?
Once a cheater, then always a cheater applies to all men. I don't know. Duck puppets. Hello. Cell block tango.
Let's just say for a half a minute that Salah wasn't cheating. Because I don't think what he's doing is cheating. The two of them are not in a real relationship. It's just a put on for YouTube relationship. That means they can talk to whoever they want on both sides. But let's just say he wasn't cheating. Let's just say he wasn't talking to other people. Chantal, you're around a guy that is obviously not attracted to you. He's not intimate with you. He's not romantic with you. He barely touches you. The most he'll do to you is pat your head and pinch your cheek. He leaves you alone for endless amounts of time. I mean, if it causes you a lot of unhappiness and misery, why stay? If that's not what you really want. You are willing to accept something lesser than. You settled for Salah, but are you happy with Salah? Does he make you happy? If the answer is no, you should walk. You should walk. No person should ever settle for less than what they deserve or for less than what would make them happy. No person who ever settled for anything was ever happy. And you are guilty of always settling, always scraping the bottom of the barrel for what you can get versus working on yourself and getting what you want. And settling always leads to unhappiness. And that is why you're unhappy now. Because let's be clear and let's be real. You know who you want. You know who you love. And it ain't Salah, it's Nader. The two of you idiots are still to this day obsessed with each other. You won't stop watching each other. You're still talking. You're probably sending him money. Come on now. You got Nader on the brain. He's got you on the brain. You're both idiots. You know you want to be back in Canada near him, so go. If that's what you want to do. So why are you wasting your time with Salah? For real. Go home. Go home. Admit that you settle for Salah. You use Salah as a get back at Nader thinking that if you threw Salah in his face that he would come running back to you. That didn't happen. That plan backfired. Yet you were deep down in the hole with Girl World and you couldn't just abandon Salah. Look at all that it's cost you. Your channel is tanked. You've reached a point where not even Girl World can save you. We work harder on your content these days than you do, girl. You're giving us nothing. You're boring. Boring. And you've been on YouTube for what, 7, 8 years? You know what brings in the views. You know what gets the attention. You know. And yet you give us nothing. So, you know what you know. You know what you got to do. You can choose not to do it or to do it. This is your choice. You can sink your channel like the Titanic until it's all the way under the water and then just watch it just go down, or you can save it or not. Your choice.
He wouldn't show the phone, and then when she asked him again, he like already deleted the message. Does WhatsApp let them set their own photo? I don't know. To be plain and simple. Liar, liar. Hey, duck puppet. He should have said it was spam. Maybe he's not that smart. Cheaters are weak and selfish. Yeah, if you had nothing to hide, like if somebody accused me of cheating, I would show them my phone if I wasn't. I would be like, go through every single thing. Actually, I do that. I'm like, you don't believe me on something? Here's my phone. To anyone, like, you know?
Did you show him accounts? I'm sure he'd be very interested to know what was on there and who you're talking to.
When I was young, my father of my baby cheated numerous times. I even walked in with him with another girl. You walked in on him with another girl? I kept going back till I finally opened my eyes and said,
See, do you see what's going on here? So she's bringing up this topic of cheating, which when Chantal brings up an emotionally sensitive topic like this, what happens is then people in the chat, it snowballs. Everybody in the chat starts bringing forth their stories and their experiences of being betrayed and cheated on and lied to. She's poking at people's broken hearts, poking holes, hoping that that leads to super chats. Just the way she used to poke at people back in the day and get them angry, hoping for hate super chats. This night, she was hoping for sad super chats. Let me just bring up things that allegedly happened to somebody. It's going to provoke memories that all of you have and experiences that you might have had and make you feel some sort of way. And then you're going to feel some sort of sympathetic way and you're going to send me money. It's disgusting the way she provokes people to get money out of them.
Wow, sorry you went through that teardrop. Yeah, I know, Lisa. Why delete a message? Exactly. It's too late to search, yeah. Or whenever they're like, you know, okay, yeah, now you can look after they've scrubbed it clean. Like, I don't know. It's so stupid. Being in a relationship is overrated. Anyway, I just wanted your opinion.
AB says, Foodie, I'm picking up your energy. Whatever is going on, take care of yourself and don't act stupid by pretending to be dumb. See, the Beezers aren't dumb, Chantal. They're not. They see through this.
It's very nice out.
Like today is the 6th. Today is November the 6th. Chantal's next payday is the 21st or 22nd. So even if she was mad at Salah, I don't think she has the money to go anywhere. And that might be another reason why she's buttoning her lip, because she doesn't have the power to get up and leave. She might be waiting until her next payday.
Yeah. I was young and in love with him. Yeah. People don't realize how hard it is, like when you're already hooked and they reveal themselves after it's too late, you know. Hey, Sarah Jean, welcome salam.
So Silver says, why doesn't Salah weigh in on this? He was just in here a minute ago. Could it be because the guilty is running away from something he did wrong?
They obviously did something they didn't want you to see. That's why they've deleted it. Exactly. That's my opinion. I told her too.
I still think this live stream was kind of it was a warning. It was a veiled threat to Salah. Like, if you get me angry, you get me really angry. And if I feel betrayed in any way, this is what I will do to you. I will fire up a live stream and I will spill all the tea about us. And I'll make money with it. I will drag you over the coals and broken glass and razor blades, boy. I won't even leave enough scraps for dogs to pick up. I will cut you into pieces verbally. I will stir up my beezers like a hive full of bees, and they'll come after you. They will protect me, and they will come after you. This was her flexing her YouTube muscle. I've got a big channel. My beezers already don't like you, and I can say things to make them like you even less. I will do to you what I did to Natter, and I will profit every step of the way. This was a YouTube flex, y'all. This was her flexing her YouTube muscle.
Is the girl in the foot? No. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I think. Like, he must be hyped. Like, imagine the horrors if he never lets her see his phone. Well, I don't know. Hope it's worth it for him. That's all. Because, like, my friend has been nothing but really good to this guy, and she's, like, done so much, and, you know, she's never cheated. I would know. She would tell me.
That sounds reminiscent of something she said to Natter. I've done so much for you. I gave up my cats for you. It's all about what she's done for a guy, all the things she's done. I gave up all these things willingly, you did. Nobody forced you to. Nobody forced you to move over to Kuwait and give up your cats and give up the villa and give up Pete's. But you're going to spin it like I made all these sacrifices, so you owe me a relationship forever. You owe me forever because the sacrifices that I made were substantial. And your repayment is that you owe me a relationship. That's not how it works, Chantal.
And yeah. I don't know, Allison. I really needed a nap, but I can't sleep. No, he didn't let her go through it. He won't let her go through his phone.
You know what? I know you probably have forgotten about it by now, Chantal. But since you're not sleeping, allow me to help with that. Allow me to help you not get any more sleep. Have you forgotten what you said about French Fry Girl's mother? I'm sure she's not forgotten. I'm sure there's some retribution somewhere, somehow, that's coming for that. The beautiful part is you don't know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. But no, Frenchie's she's all about playing the long game. You know, she thinks about what she's going to do. Very smart is Frenchie. And you went too far talking about her mom. It may be no issue to you right now, but she's not forgotten it. And I'm wondering what she's going to do. But I'm sure whatever it is, it's going to be good. So if you're not sleeping at night because of Salah, I'd be concerned about Frenchie too.
He said she's being an investigator. He doesn't want to live his life that way. If you're alive, it's never too late to choose. Yeah. Hey, Habibi J. Tell her to dump him. I've seen cheaters many times, and it's never worth it to them. Especially if they have no shared assets, no investments, a home, kids, run away. Yeah. She's a pretty independent woman and can just leave whenever she wants.
You're talking about yourself, and that's not true. If you're an independent woman and you can leave whenever you want, then why haven't you left? If that were true, why didn't you leave a long time ago when you saw the pictures on Salah's phone? You saw the picture of the red room, the text from Kai Bella. Why did you stay? Unless you're not independent and you can't leave whenever you want. I think more the truth is you are very codependent and you don't know how to do things on your own. I mean, 6 weeks in Thailand, you showed us how little independence you actually had. You didn't know how to function. You didn't want to go out alone. You didn't want to do things for yourself. All you did was sit in your room and do the edibles and make yourself sick and shat on yourself. That's what your life would be like alone. You don't know how to function.
Women are strong. Yeah, they are. They take a lot of shit. If you had nothing to hide, why care? Exactly. That's what I think. Like, if you have nothing to hide, like, show the phone. Like, it's easy. Especially if you've cheated before. If you've been a cheater before, then prove it. Prove yourself. Don't gaslight and call her, like, make her feel stupid and crazy that she's thinking that way. Like, I had a whole uni class tell me my ex had tried to F all of them. What? I have zero tolerance for cheaters. He was also abusive. Yeah.
Habibi says this woman sounds like an icon who deserves better, impossibly Paneer. So they're saying it's you, Chantal. It's you.
If I were her, I would leave and not ever get in a relationship. Like, it really just like tarnishes your trust, you know? Yeah, there's no respect. Well, I'm back on track, Shifa, so it's okay right now. My ex cheated on me for years and made me feel crazy. I was isolated and it was terrible. But I left. That's exactly what the swordfish would do. Like, you guys saw, like, the whole time that he was with Dee Dee, he was like, no, I would never fuck her. She's old. She's disgusting. Like, and the whole time they were boning. I hate men. Like, I hate them.
And you know what? Even after you found out the two of them were together, you still didn't stop. You still didn't stop. Even when he moved to Montreal with Dee Dee to live in her house, you were still making the drives back and forth from Ottawa to Montreal to see him, trying to see him on the sly. But the Beezers even knew you were seeing him because it was obvious that you would disappear for hours at a time when you didn't used to do that. You were sneaking off to motel and hotel rooms to spend time with Natter. And whose fault was it that he got with Dee Dee in the first place, Chantal? It was yours because you brought him to YouTube. If you had left him alone and kept him in your private life and not brought him to YouTube, Who knows? He might still be seeing you. You brought him to YouTube. You made him public because you wanted him to have a channel and get more control of him. And that cost you, didn't it? Because another Beezer got to him and got him. And he lives with her now. So it was your fault. It was so your fault. But you're sitting here cursing out Natter. At the same time, we just saw proof on Twitter that he is subscribed to your channel and you don't have him blocked. And you don't have Dee Dee blocked either. And you're talking about him right now. I swear, you and Dee Dee and Natter should just all go live together in a house. As obsessed as you guys are with each other, you just go live together at this point. And that's really where you want to be.
I seriously hate men. Like, voila. I can't.
You hate men, but at the same time, you're man hungry. You target men. You want to be with a man. You want a man to claim you. So make up your mind. Do you hate them? Or do you want to be with one?
I can't believe that. Like, there's people out there that just lie. Like, just look at your face and lie to you. Like,
look in the mirror when you say that. That applies to you.
I guess I take my friend's situation personal just because, like, you know, I've been through shit. I just wanted your opinion. Yes, teardrop. There's good men and bad men.
So, Lovely 89 says, I noticed how fast Salah left the chat. Yep, he sure left. So if she's just talking about a friend and it has nothing to do with him, where did he go? Why'd you leave, Salah? Come back.
They even lied saying they were only eating pecan pie.
Stupid. We know this is not a friend. Yeah, just say it, Chantal. Just say it. Just say it.
Her partner should be open about sharing his phone, especially with his cheating past. The fact that he's not is extremely telling. He doesn't respect her. That's what I feel too. That was my instinct. But I didn't really know what to tell her because, you know, friend is a whole geezer all on her own, a loner with. we should welcome her into the Beezer, you know? I'm not treating you guys like you're stupid.
Yeah, you are, because you're lying to him. Rule number 1, Beezers, Chantal lies. She lies even when she doesn't have to. She'll lie about stupid things that make no sense. I know you Beezers are not fond of Girl World. You look at all reaction channels as we're evil and we hate Chantal. And she likes to put this narrative out there of the reason why we don't like her is because of her size. Little news flash. It has nothing to do with her weight. She's done so many things over the years. She's said so many things. Like she's been absolutely deplorable. It's not about her body. It's about her behaviors. The things that she's done. There's so many of them that her weight it's a non-issue. She can deal with it or not, but weight isn't even on the list of reasons why we don't like her. I mean, there are YouTubers on YouTube right now of a bigger size that also do mukbangs. Take, for instance, Hungry Fat Chick, Candy. She's on YouTube, and her channel is twice the size of Chantal's. And she gets online and she does her mukbangs, and she doesn't bring the drama, and she's not a liar, and she doesn't go out of her way to hurt people. Do you guys notice we don't have anything to say about Candy. Do you notice that the reaction channels don't really talk about Candy? Not in a derogatory way. There's a reason for that. Because she's not problematic and she's not an evil person. Chantal is. That's why we all react to her, because she's such a liar. And we are here to talk about her, react to her, hold her accountable for her lies, because somebody needs to. If the reaction channels weren't around, who would hold her accountable? Who would expose the truth? She's not going to be truthful, so we'll expose the truth for her. We all focus as a hall of mirrors that she can't get away from. We reflect herself back to herself. And there's a lot of us. And no matter where she turns, there we are. And all she's got to do is tell the truth. Just tell the truth, and yet she won't do it.
Angela. Yeah. I can't compete with big tatas. Hey, Purple Toe. If you really want to go through the rest of your life, exactly. That's something to consider if you're watching. You should consider that. Listen to these users. You should consider that you have to live the rest of your life wondering what's on that phone every single day, and that you'll never see it. So, Hey, Natty, thank you. Men will lie to your face and act like a victim. Barf face. That's totally like it's putting more barf faces. Yeah. I'm the friend's boyfriend, and I even agree with the teasers. Blink twice if you need rescuing. You shouldn't have to babysit. Exactly. Exactly. If you have to start babysitting, no. She should get out of it. No.
Okay, we interrupt this broadcast to give you an important bulletin. Allow me to show you something that'll put a smile on your face. So I just went to Playboard. And Playboard is a site very much like Social Blade that lists the stats for all YouTubers. Okay. So today's revenue, $0. Yesterday, $0. Last 7 days, $59. So this ploy for attention, extra views, didn't mount to much, did it, Chantal? You thought that you could just poke at people and get them to feel a certain kind of way, and that would translate to a lot of money. I guess it didn't work. Wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, back to our regular station programming.
There's not only that one person he's talking to. Guaranteed. If he doesn't have to show his phone, and you see one person, actually, she did say that he fell asleep one time, actually. So he did cheat. Then one time he fell asleep, and she saw his phone, and it was full of women pictures. But he's like, he made her feel stupid. He was like, oh, it's just pictures from the internet, nothing.
So basically, in a nutshell, Salah is looking at adult pictures, perhaps. Prawn. Chantal, if you're around a guy and he's not knocking boots with you, more than likely he's looking at online prawn to get his jollies, or he's knocking boots with somebody, or maybe a combination of both. If he ain't knocking boots with you and he's younger, he's doing it some way at some point, you know. And if you're over there and you don't take a shower for days, you don't bathe yourself, and you're sweating and you're in dirty clothes for days, don't expect a man to get turned on by you. Don't expect them to touch you or want to cuddle up with you if you are making your business to be as disgusting and smelly as possible. Because to put the shoe on the other foot, let's spin it a different way. Let's just say you were a man looking at a woman, and that woman was stinking to high heaven, and she didn't bathe, and she didn't wash her clothes, and she's smelling like old moldy cheese and hot dog water. Would that turn you on? Would that get you aroused? Could you get the job done feeling disgusted by her? No. You'd want to be with somebody that actually did the job for you. So if you're not going to be with a guy who was like you, if you're not going to be turned on by a man who's super morbidly obese, smelly, stinking, unhygienic, gross, doesn't brush their teeth, what makes you think that a man is going to put up with all of that in you and get turned on by you?
So I don't know. Real men don't lock their phones. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Blue, welcome salam. T Rose, you're very blessed to have such a relationship. So, mashallah. So he's not attracted to her anymore and is looking elsewhere. Yeah. Like, I hate those are the worst kind of people. Just fucking break up with the person. Because I can guarantee you there's a lot of men out there who will find her attractive.
Maybe he's tried to break up with you. You just won't let go. You're obsessive, you're clingy, you're controlling. He's waiting for you to end it. You might have something on him, or you being the control freak that you are, you might have threatened him with something. So he probably feels the best way for things to end between us is for her to let go. Because if she lets me go, then there won't be any backlash from that. She won't get online and just have a go at me with the Beezers. He's waiting for you to let go. The thing that he's not understanding is that you're not going to let go. It's just not going to happen. He has to be the one to end it because you're not going to do it. You're not. And you should.
You know, it's like, just leave. I don't know. The phone wasn't given, and that's the first red flag. It's called the unknown, which leaves the other person uneasy and suspicious. At the end of the day, it's not mature. It's not mature. It's not mature at all. Yeah. Can your friend safely leave him? I think so. I don't know. Aw, sorry to hear that, Blue. I hope your day gets better. I don't know. I think like 5 years. Your friend should leave and go starfish, beezing. Never underestimate starfishing. Me and my husband too old.
Never met a woman like her that bragged about being a bad lay and did it proudly. She's bragging about being a bad, boring lay. Maybe that's another reason why he's not doing you, Chantal. You're a bad, boring lay. Your claim to fame is starfishing, just laying there all spread out. That's nothing to brag about, girl. That's nothing that a man will look forward to when he comes home.
And disabled to be cheating, but yeah, that's something I don't believe in it. We have never cheated ever. That is an amazing. You know what? It's kind of rare, I would think. Yeah, scary Jen. I'm home. Emotionally immature. Yeah, I do too. Matching apples. When trust is broken, it is hard to gain back, especially if it has happened before. Yeah. An adult relationship, yeah. Thanks for your I'll be sure to let her know. Thank you, Lou.
You are so waiting around tonight for the super chats. Literally, you're just waiting around for people to give you money of a situation that allegedly is not about you.
Yeah, I even like
It would have much more impact if you did say it was about you. Maybe then you would have gotten some super chats, especially if you followed it up with, yeah, like I saw stuff on Salah's phone and I'm done and I'm going back to Canada in a couple of weeks. That would have held a lot more weight. But no, you were lame about this whole thing.
I was like trying to give her advice, so I watched like I looked like some things up online, and it's a huge red flag if they deflect and they don't show you their phone. Like, it's simple. Like, if you betray someone's trust, you have to expect to do everything in your power to get it back.
Well, what exactly, look, once a trust is gone, once somebody is cheated or there's evidence that they're talking to other women, how do you get that trust back? I mean, once it's gone, it's gone. How do you get it back? You literally can't. It's done for. It's a done deal. That's why you should walk away from it. I mean, I've said this before. There's a million seconds between the time that you start talking to somebody and the time you do the dirty in whatever way you do it. And it only takes half a second to say no. If you have somebody in your life that loves you, that you're committed to, you should say no. And if you get too tempted by somebody, the right thing to do is to let the first person go before you carry on with the second. Honor the love and the devotion and the faithfulness of your partner by letting them go before you start carrying on with somebody else. It is unfair to stay in a relationship and cheat. If you're being too tempted by somebody and you can't say no to the temptation, as much as it hurts, the kind thing to do is to let them go so they can go find the person that will be faithful to them. Not keep them waiting on the sidelines. At the same time, you're all over the football field doing things you ain't supposed to do. At the same time, your partner's under the impression that you love only them when you don't. But how do you get the trust back? There's just no way. No way. So if somebody tempts you, either you say no or you say yes. But if you say yes, that means the love and the devotion, it wasn't enough to keep you from saying no.
And not just gaslight and be like, what are you, a detective? Like, they're not smart. That's like the typical answer of anybody caught cheating. Hi, Sahara. Yeah, sucked in. I don't think so. Tell her to run. Yeah, exactly. It's okay to give someone like one chance, but
No. No. No, 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 no. It's okay to give somebody one chance. No, 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 no. No, no. This is not 3 strikes, you're out in baseball. There's no one chance. You don't get like a freebie. Or you get to cheat once and I'll forgive you. And then after that, you're in trouble. No, 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 no. No, no. One time is too many.
I don't keep my friends online matching apples. They'll be doxxed. No. Ew, there's something weird in the pool. Hi, Chantal. If it was just a coworker, I think you would let her see the message. Yeah, that's my opinion too. Nice. I'm really happy for those of you who are in good relationships.
She's not happy for those of you in good relationships. She's jealous. She wishes she had one, but she doesn't know the the foundation of a good relationship. She doesn't understand and she doesn't want to understand.
Been married 23 years and never looked at your husband's phone. Do you ever wonder?
Nope. Because if you're with somebody, you don't obsess over that. If you take your time and you get to know the person, they get to know you. They are your best friend. You are their best friend. There are no secrets. There's nothing to be afraid of. Chantal, I was married twice. My second husband was a musician. Going out to bars and clubs and all that without me. I was okay with that. There's something that happens in Cali once a year. Like it was like this big convention that happens for musicians. And he would go and spend 3 days at this convention. And I never blew up his phone. I wasn't calling him saying, "What are you doing? Who are you talking to?" You know what I said? "Have a good time. I'll see you when you get back." I enjoyed the free time alone without him. It was relaxing. But I never obsessed over what my husband was doing and who he was talking to because I knew he was coming home to me. I trusted him. See, that's the kind of love that you could never even imagine.
They can hide it very well, I'm sure. If it happens once, the respect isn't there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Take a trip to Cuba and find yourself and eat a huge sugar cake. No, I'm okay. I'm just tired. I'm really, really, really tired. Yeah, Becca. Might just be hiding pornography. Maybe.
I'm going to poke at Chantal to go back to Canada. This is how I'm going to do it. Hey, Chantal, since you're money motivated, you want to see those super chats fly in like you used to? Go home to Canada. Your beezers know that you're giving your money to Salah. That's why they're not giving you money anymore, because they know he's getting it. You're paying for him. You want a taste of the way things used to be? Go home to Canada. Not just for a visit, go home and live. If you go home and you're away from Salah, they'll be so happy. Maybe they'll give you money. Maybe.
I don't think like pornography is that big of a deal, honestly. I think it's like normal for men. What do you guys think about that? I think it's totally normal.
Okay, I'm going to say something crude. Sorry. Sometimes you got to be crude. Chantal, if you're around a guy that's your on-camera husband and you got a short leash on him and he's not allowed to even take a dump in the bathroom without you knowing, you won't let him out of your sight. He can't go and spend time in the red room and do something physical with somebody. He's a younger guy. He's got to get off. What does he have at his disposal? Just looking at things on his phone and getting his jollies that way. I mean, look, you have your way of relaxing. He has his way of relaxing. And just as you have your cheat days, so does he. So if you're allowed cheat days, why can't he have some cheat days? I mean, you got to be fair. If he's got to ring his bells and he doesn't want to do it with you and he's not allowed to go in the red room, what's he supposed to do? I mean, you got to let the guy get some relief. You're stressful. You're a lot. Let him have a little relief every now and again.
Everyone does it. My youngest daughter has temper like me. She grabs his phone at night and looks through it. You should be able to. I don't care. Like, it doesn't bug me. Yeah. Yeah, she's in Canada. Hey, Island Dragonfly. I don't know. No confirmation of actual cheating is necessary in this situation. The trust is already compromised. Yeah, I think so. Can I show you the pool? It's empty and full of sand dust. My cousin, it'll happen again and again, yeah. My cousin's ex cheated on her many times and left her for the other woman, but he cheated on almost every girl he was with. Some men are just that way. They feel like as long as they don't get caught, then it's okay. Like, they have no sense of morality. Like, how do you love someone and just never feel bad for hurting them, you know? Like, that takes a special kind of psychopath to do that to someone.
I'm going to switch the conversation for a minute. So, okay, Salah might have adult pictures on his phone. What are you using Telegram for? And why are you using adult pictures on your accounts? Are you having adult conversations with people, Natter, other guys? Maybe you're catfishing them. Is that how you're getting your jollies, Chantal? Like, you need attention. Maybe you need intimate attention, and Salah's not doing it for you. He doesn't want to. So maybe you're going to the internet and having conversations with other people to get your rocks off. So he gets his rocks off his way. You get your rocks off in another way. I mean, you're both doing what you got to do since you're not doing things with each other. So what's the problem?
When I cheated, that's why I'll never cheat again, because of how I felt hurting someone I loved. Not because
You didn't care. Shut up. Shut up. That's a doggone lie. You cheated on Pete's more than once. Did you stop the cheating with Pete's? No, you kept doing it. You hurt that man so bad. You left him devastated. And did you learn your lesson from the cheating? Were you sorry? Were you regretful hurting him? Because you went to BB and you did the same thing to him. The exact same thing. So if you cheated on one guy, and if you felt regret and remorse over it, why did you do it to another guy directly after that? Quit it.
because of me getting caught in my, fear of being exposed. I deserve to be exposed. It was because I saw the pain in Milan's eyes when I cheated on him.
Wait a minute. What about Pete's? You cheated on Pete's too. Why are you leaving him out of the conversation, you serial cheater? What about Pete's? You cheated on him too. You cheated. And I don't think you were sorry about cheating on BB Milan. The only thing you were sorry for is that there were consequences for what you did. And the consequences were he kicked your butt out of the house. You weren't sorry for hurting him. You were sorry about the backlash that came from that, because he was an independent, hardworking man, and that was it. That was all. He wasn't going to put up with you lying and cheating. He didn't have to, so he booted you out. You shed no tears for what you did to him. You were shedding tears over the consequences that came after.
And like when he asked me, like, you love me, tell me the truth. And I couldn't, the minute I said yes, his heart, I could see his heart breaking. And I
don't know about that. I don't know about that. And I say that because the live streams that Chantal did with BB Milan, there was such an emotional disconnect between the two. She had her YouTube channel. He did not want to be on it. He said so. She kept putting him on her channel, showing him. You can see in his eyes, he wasn't comfortable. And for someone who loved BB so much, there were many other live streams where she would roll her eyes at BB and complain about, oh, he just got home from work and he's playing his video games and it's loud. So sorry about that. I mean, she was just straight up nasty to that man. Nasty. So where was the love with that attitude, Chantal? And that seems to be a pattern with you. It's a serious pattern. Do you realize this pattern? You get fascinated by a guy and you put it in your mind, I want to have him. And so you will do what you need to do to be with him, to get into his house, to get into his life. But then once you're there, you're fascinated by the newness of it all, the new car smell. And then over time, the newness of everything fades away. And then you get bored. You get bored of the situation. You get bored with the person and you start to roll your eyes and you get resentful because you're longing for something new. So you get bored and you get irritated and you roll your eyes and then you're on to the next. Once you've conquered a guy, you're on to the next. It happened with Pete's. You forced your way into Pete's life. He didn't even want to date you. And you got him to date you and you got into a relationship with him. And then it was on to BB. And then from BB to Natter. And then from Natter to Salah. And it's the same pattern over and over again. You see a guy, ooh, he looks good. I want to be with him. And then you work your way into their life. And then you get bored. And then you get rude. And then you're out to the next. You're out to the next. You're not in it for the love. You're in it for the quick thrill.
I never will forget that. That's like the burden I have to live with, that pain, that guilt of hurting someone else. So
I hope it haunts you every day that BB was a good man, a good loving man, and you screwed that up just because you couldn't keep your legs closed, lady. You couldn't keep your legs closed. He really cared about you and you messed that up. Then again, you actually did BB a favor. I'm sure if he saw you now, if he saw your live streams, he would look at himself and wipe his forehead and go, dang, I dodged a bullet. I dodged a big bullet. Oh my God. I made the right decision. See, life knew what it was doing. Life knew that he was too decent and good of a man to be with the hurricane that is you. Life said, let's separate these two. She doesn't appreciate this man. She doesn't love this man. He needs to be with somebody that is loving and caring and decent, and she is not that. So let her go be with those who are most like her. And that's why you ended up with Natter and you ended up with Salah, period.
it's tough. Yeah, if she that's what I told her. Like, if you constantly have to wonder what's on the phone, it's not a relationship. You know? Yeah, all that glitters. A wheelchair gummy. Yeah, I agree, Stephanie. Because why do men have to watch porn when they can do it with you? Because think of it this way, like engaging in like activity, like sexual activity, like it's pleasurable and everything, but like it takes a lot more energy than just like being by yourself and getting it done quickly, you know? That's like my thought on it.
Of course, that's your thought on it. You want Salah to come to you with his needs. At the same time, you make it your business to be as disgusting and unhygienic and gross as possible. You don't want to brush your teeth. You fart. You crap on yourself, you don't wash your clothes, you should be bathing at least twice a day. Twice, Chantal. Not once a week, not once a month, twice a day. You're a bigger lady. You're going to sweat more. You got to be on top of your hygiene. You got to make sure that there are no skin infections. You got to wash beneath the creases and the folds and make sure everything's okay. You don't do what you could do to make yourself smell good, feel good, to where a man could have a pleasant experience with you. You're not taking care of your health. And you wonder why men don't come to you. I mean, you're walking around smelling like a huge garbage bag full of dumpster juice. And you wonder why men aren't turned on by you.
Yeah. Maybe blue. What? Matching apples? Wow. Boundaries must be made, yeah. Men have no control. I swear. Mal had schmecks with Cobra for 3 hours and caught him watching Cheddar. Yeah, you know, like, I don't know. They're wired different. You think porn is cheating? I don't think so. Yeah, whatever. I just wanted to know your opinion. That's all.
So you came to your chat with this story about a friend saying, what should this friend do? And I've been reading the chat. You guys can see it, like the chat's right there. And pretty much everybody is saying the same thing, that your friend, or rather you, should leave. So the Beezers are saying you should leave. But are you going to leave? No, because you're desperate and pathetic. Miss Independent Woman, I can go whenever I want. I deserve better. Okay, then leave. Let's see you leave. Let's see you be smart for a change and leave. Because why stay? How does this benefit you? How? How does it benefit you to stay in Kuwait? To be with him, to pay for 2 apartments while your channel is going down the drain? How does it benefit you? Either now or later, how does it benefit you? How does it make sense? Because I can't, I don't get it. I don't understand. You're a selfish person, Chantal. Always have been. Always thinking about you. So why aren't you thinking about you? Why won't you leave? Because you're determined to hang on to him? You're like, I've sunk all this money into Salah. I've invested in him. And I'm determined to make this investment pay off. Well, sometimes they don't. Sometimes the smartest thing you can do is walk away. Stop the bleeding. Stop hemorrhaging money and time and go home and fix it. It doesn't make sense to hang on to this. It just does not.
Yeah, Chelsea. What addicts?
And yeah, if you go home, girl world's going to give you crap. Yes, we are. Expect it. Expect that we are. But you're going to get crap no matter which way you go, whether you stay in Kuwait or you go home to Canada. But if you go home to Canada and you're getting eggs thrown on your face, you can turn around and scramble them up and make scrambled eggs. You can turn lemons into lemonade. You can be yourself. You can be happier being yourself. There'll be a chance for a beginning versus just riding all this way out until the end. And your channel being the equivalent of the Titanic. And it just keeps sinking and sinking and sinking until it's all the way gone. And people are so bored with you that no matter what the reactors do, they won't watch. And that's exactly where you are. You're boring. Boring. And I'm not saying that in a hateful way. It's just factual. You're boring. Have you noticed that people don't react to you as much anymore? People skip a lot of your videos and a lot of your live streams because you're talking about nothing, you're doing nothing, you're making nonsense conversation that wouldn't even be interesting on the phone from yourself or another person. I mean, come on now. Making videos where you're just holding up random objects and saying, this is my grocery haul, or this is my shopping haul. Here, look at this keychain. Look at this bumper sticker. I mean, come on now. You know that's not entertaining. There's no talking points there. Be real. Be real.
Really, Laura? You think so? I could see if it like bothers the woman and you tell him not to and he still does, then it's a form of cheating. Yeah. Fluff, fluff.
The smartest thing she could do is when she gets her paycheck in a couple of weeks, go home to Canada and stay there. Don't even wait till December when her visa run comes up. Leave now and go home and get set up, and then she could just go wild for the next 60 days, less than 60 days, and just go gangbusters all the way.
Come home for Christmas. Oh, teardrop. Let me see. Tell your friend that someone will always be there for her and will listen with open ears and tell her she's worth more than she thinks she is. Yes, amen. Thank you. Thank you. I'll let her know. So, no, I just wanted my opinion from my friend, that's all. I didn't know what to tell her, you know. Sorry, dear God. Yeah, I saw it now. I know. I don't know why I keep friggin' I didn't like I wasn't paying attention. I was in my zone, you know. Open ears, corn. Yeah. One of my friend's boyfriends blew. When in doubt, go without. Hi, Crystal. No, I went in the home teardrop. I tried having a nap, but hey, Iona.
Moving forward.
This is bugging me. I need to click it. Hey, Melanie. Hey, Saligo also think, yeah. What do you think she should do, babe? Hey, Carrie.
Oh God, Salah's back in the chat. He was in the chat for a minute and he left. Why did you leave, Salah? Because they're talking about you? Is that why you're back? Coming in like, ain't nothing's wrong. She's not talking about me.
You don't see. I thought I saw a unibrow. Hot. I want to go smoke shisha. The audacity. You're up all night as usual. Yeah, teardrop. I really can't sleep.
You know, I'm picking up this tension between Salah and Chantal. Like, she doesn't want him to be in the chat modding right now. She's like, I want to talk about you, and I don't want you here when I do it. Like, she doesn't want him around. She just wants to air her grievances and do it in a shisty way, but she doesn't want him being present.
You can cut it with a fork. I never heard that. Isn't it knife? The older you get, the weirder your teeth become. I don't like getting old.
Anna Douglas says, I really feel like this conversation is not about a friend, just a gut feeling. That's a third or fourth comment like that, Chantal. Your beezers know what's up.
That shirt looks hot. No. There's a breeze blowing up it. No matter how, you know what, I just basically, I think I'm going to tell her, no matter how comfortable you are, like, stop living an illusion, you know? Like, she basically said, like, I don't want to leave because, like, I'm comfortable. And she's in disbelief that her idea of something like a fairy tale romance is not what it is. She thought it would be, you know?
That's really telling that she says that. Wow. Maybe this is the only way that Chantal can tell the truth, is by doing it in a third person. Maybe she's so uncomfortable with the truth, she has to do it from a third person perspective. But that part right there, that her friend's like, oh, like she's gotten comfortable in the illusion, trying to live this fairy tale romance, and it's not the fairy tale. So is that how you give the truth, Chantal? You do it from a third person perspective because you just can't say things outright, forthright. And you're right. You've been trying to live in a fairy tale with Salah. You were chasing the fantasy, but you didn't do your research on the fantasy. You just chased after it, and you've wasted nearly 3 years of your life on this fantasy. And you went after the fantasy, and then you got there, and as time went on, you realized it wasn't what you thought it would be. So now that you know it's not what you thought it would be, now that you've been miserable all this time, what are you going to do? Are you going to let it go? Or are you just going to hang on to it stubbornly because in your mind, you're thinking, I can make this work. I can make him love me. I just got to throw more money at him or get more control of him, and it's going to happen. Let me save you the trouble. It's not going to happen. Beneath the surface of his skin, Salah is resentful of you. He is angry. He's bitter. He doesn't want you. And he will never want you. And controlling him and possessing him is not going to bring that love about. That's not where love comes from. So, if you're having self-realization moments, you need to go with those, not the fantasy.
A dust trail as she runs.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. So Salah is saying, but what if she also cheated on him, but she didn't tell you that? So what do you know, Salah? What do you know that you're not saying directly? You know what this feels like, y'all? This feels like a weird kind of poker game where Salah and Chantal are sitting across the table from each other with their cards. And it's like they're both just hinting about what cards they have and the things they know, and yet they don't want to directly say what they have. Like, I could throw this card on the table, but wait, I could throw this card on the table. So he's trying to defend himself by saying, well, what if she also cheated on him? What if? What are you trying to say, Salah? That you know that she's been talking to other men on Telegram, maybe talking to Natter? Are you trying to say that you know she is just as you are, and that's just how things are? I mean, keep playing the poker game, though. Keep playing it.
My friend is a Leo. But what if also cheated on him, but she didn't tell you that? She would tell me if she cheated.
Ooh. So he's like putting in her face, Chantal, I know you're talking to people the way I've been talking to people. You can't throw that over my head because I know you're doing it too.
She's my good friend. She tells me everything. I don't tell you guys like who I talk to because I want it to stay private. Branson. I'm guessing the friend promised the last time was the only time and now knows she cannot go back. The fairy tale is not a reality. The friend needs to have courage of convictions.
I would so love if Salah could find proof of Chantal talking to other men. Oh my God. Wouldn't that be a lovely moment? I would love to be a fruit fly on the wall when he found that proof. And if they got into an argument and a fight, and she said, you're talking to other men, and I see all these pictures on your phone. And he came forward and said, well, ma'am, let's talk about you in Telegram. Check this out. Look at all these people you're talking to. Look at this. Using adult pictures to talk to other men and catfish them and have little adventures online. What do you got to say about that? Boy, would she shut up if that happened.
Yeah, thanks, Kathleen. I'll tell her that. I think my friend would tell me if she cheated, but that's a good point, I guess. Yeah, if two of them are cheating, then not a good idea. Yeah, why would they stay together? Like, in my opinion, if you're cheating, then you're not happy with the person you're with, and just leave. Like, simple.
Yeah, so why don't you leave? Why are you still there? He's on his fourth offense. Why are you still there?
Exactly, Becca. She'll have a miserable life.
Toby Zer says, does your friend also have a hamster and a treadmill? They know it's about you, Chantal. They know it's about you.
Walk on the treadmill. She's gonna look like a huge fool. Yeah.
Everybody's just pussyfooting around what's going on here. Everybody's just like walking carefully around the real truth. You know, just walking around the bush. Everybody's walking around the bush. We know what you're talking about yourself, Chantal, but we don't want to make you angry. And all of us say, we know it's about you. Just tell us the truth because then you'll blow up. So let's just walk around the bush like we don't know any better.
I think she wouldn't value herself. Does your friend have a hamster? No, guys. I know.
Oh, Salah says, if she is not happy with him and he is not happy with her, simply they should break up. Oh, that was harsh. He's telling you to go home, Chantal. He's telling you to go home. Read between the lines, mama. He's telling you to go home. He's saying without saying, you're not happy with me. I'm not happy with you. You should go home. He wants to end it. He's too afraid of your wrath to make the first move. But he's telling you, if you're not happy with me, go home. Just go. He's calling you on your bluff. Go home. And you're right, Salah. If the two of you aren't happy together, if this whole business deal is gone bust, she should leave. But she's not going to, because 3 years ago, she put herself in a position where she left everything behind in Canada. She pulled up all of her roots to be with you. She gave herself nothing to go back to. If she did, she would have been on the plane long ago. But she put herself in a tight corner. She knows it. But she configured things to where you were stuck with her. Now you are. Now what's up? What are you going to do? How are you going to unstick yourself from the sticky creature that doesn't let anybody go? She's not going to let you go, Salah. And if you're waiting and waiting and waiting around for it to happen, it's not going to happen. She's going to hang on for dear life because she's got nothing else. She doesn't have the villa to go back to, the cats, Pete's. She's got nothing. Literally nothing. And you're the last sucker in line. There's nobody else behind you that she can gravitate to or bounce to. That's why it's been so difficult for you to get rid of her.
Oh, I'm like, they're gonna think it's me.
It is you.
Yeah, that's good. That's good advice. All that glitters. I like. This is why I like the internet.
All creation says, no, we know it is you.
You guys give. I got to admit, if she is not happy with him and he is not happy with her, simply they should break up. Exactly. Yes, Melanie. True. Yes, exactly, babe.
He's telling you to go away. He wants you to go away. Every time you've taken a trip out of Kuwait, he's practically happily skipping through that airport. He can't wait to put you on the plane. He once dropped you off at the airport 12 hours early just to get away from you. When you went to Thailand, he didn't go with you. That's how much he hates you. Take the hint and go home.
Another game changer. Yeah, creations, you think so, eh? I don't even stay with friend cheaters. Yeah. Nice, T Rose. I'm so happy for you. That's so sweet.
Ransom 13 says, much better way to approach your hubby cheating versus raging online and calling his hairy butt out. See, they know what's going on.
I can't do a call on my phone, but
oh, and here's Salah with the manipulation. Here's his way of calming her down. Babe, are you hungry, babe? He knows she's always hungry. So how do you calm Chantal down? By giving her food. He knows she's mad. So he's like, I'm going to calm down her mad by giving her a bunch of food.
Are you hungry, babe? I could eat. Oh.
Yeah, once she eats, she'll be in a food coma, and then she's not mad anymore. See how easy it is to get around any kind of cheating with Chantal? Just give her a bunch of takeout.
You stayed with a cheater for how did you do it? No way. Really? I understand people who do that though, who stay. I can't say anything, obviously. Yeah, ABCD. Monogamy? Yeah, you have to agree. Hey, page 5. Have you been watching Lolcow Live, page 5? Booty booty. Manipulated. That's the worst part, eggs on legs, she's always hungry. Crumble video. Did Amberlynn really do a risque video with a crumble cookie? I'm trying to, Amberlynn, you have to tell us what you did. I'm trying to imagine what you could do with a crumble cookie. I guess the same things I used to do with a spatula.
Why are you interested in the crumble cookie video? Never mind. I don't want to know. Crystal Thomas is saying, what did you do with the spatula? Oh, she did like a little video where she was spanking herself in the kitchen with the spatula. And I know a noble... Look, if I have to know about this and see it, then I'm sorry, y'all. Then I got to pass along the information to YouTube for those of you that don't know. Natter did a live stream where he was with Dee Dee, and he was watching the video of Chantal spank herself in the kitchen with a spatula, and he was online on YouTube rubbing himself. Let's just say that. Yeah. Now he watched that video over and over and over again. Like I said, those two have a weird love-hate obsession relationship that I can't even understand.
I look thin. I guess compared to like that guy who's 1,000 pounds on my 600-pound life. Half a cup of rice. What the hell? Half a cup? Like, that's like nothing. That's like this much. Exactly. That's like one spoon. If there's nothing to hide, he would have shown it. Yeah, exactly. What do you think about that? Like, exactly. Babe, the Indian doctor said I can have 2 cups of rice.
Oh, Salah's in trouble right now. So he's just like, whatever food you want, babe, I'll get for you. You want some rice? I'll get you some rice. Do you want some takeout? I'll get you takeout. Give her like a whole, go to the Cheesecake Factory and get her a bunch of food. She'll forget all about this.
So I'll tell my friend to be strong, and yes, eggs on legs. The manipulation part is the worst, I find. You know, like the love bombing. She said he love bombs her.
Well, don't you kind of do it to him too? You both do it. You both do the same things on each other. You love bomb him and you infantize yourself so that he won't get mad at you. I mean, you're both just playing games with each other that make no sense.
Maybe 2 cups per day, not in 5 minutes. Hey, Yusuf. You're beautiful and hot. Thank you. It's hard to feel that way sometimes. Especially when the whole internet says you look like Ed Gein. Love bombing is so manipulative, yeah. 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 He said 1.5 pounds of rice.
What?
I have to rewatch it. Salah like recorded everything on his phone. If he loved her, he would do everything to prove it. Yeah.
Define everything, though. I mean, seriously, define everything. Like, what would it take? In your eyes, Chantal, what would it take? Him bringing you flowers every day, chocolates, takeout, peeling a frozen grape and feeding it to you in your mouth while you're sealing, what would it take? And if you did all that, would it still make things better? You would still be controlling and manipulative. You would still be jealous and using his past indiscretions and throwing him in his face. So even like doing everything would not work with you. It wouldn't be enough. Someone like you, everything is not enough.
Joanna, real life is sad sometimes. Ed Gein was a low-key. He actually wasn't bad, except for the making nipple lamps. That's kind of a turnoff. Oh yeah, and hanging the hardware store lady upside down and treating her like Bambi's mother. That's also not very attractive. Your friend just needs some support from another. Yeah, she said I could ask you guys.
Hey, Chantal, how does it feel knowing that Girl World was right yet again? We kept telling you, he's got a second phone. He's talking to other people. There's stuff going on behind your back. How does it feel? Knowing we were right. Boy, that's a big pill to swallow, isn't it? Didn't we try to warn you about Natter, though? Didn't we tell you he was on different sites? And you knew, and you still kept at him. And we've been saying for the longest, he's got a second phone. He's talking to people behind your back, and you didn't want to listen. You did not want to listen. And maybe you finally found proof that we were right. And you'll never admit it. You will never say, Girl World, you're right. You were so right, and I've been so stupid. That would take all of getting rid of your pride to admit that we were right. You'll never admit that, ever.
I look bewildered. What does crestfallen mean? Dumb it down. Speak in layman's terms. Oh my friggin' sake. I'm so tired of life. Why are some people thinking that about you? Well, they always do.
You know, if you and Salah had a real happy relationship and there was chemistry and he was really into you, people wouldn't think it was you. But knowing what he's done with Kai Bella, they do think it's you. They do.
I look sad. I'm just tired.
One moment. Okay, let's continue.
I'm really just tired. Remember you used to pretend you were talking to... No, I can show you the emails matching apples. I have an accountant. It's not hard to have an accountant. If you're self-employed, you need one. You can't just do TurboTax for free. No, you can't. I do have one, remember? Didn't I meet him with you guys on live? I was live at the bank, and he showed up for me to sign the papers. Yeah, Kathleen, thank you. Thank you guys for listening and for your input. I really appreciate it. TurboTax means sad and disappointed.
And I also want to take a moment to point out the difference between Salah and Natter. So anybody that was around for Crackhead Olympics, when Natter cheated or he was with other people, like she was very passionate in her responses. Like there's hardly any response here. And that's because she doesn't care as much. You know, that's a definite difference between her time with Natter and her time with Salah.
Because you're... TurboTax shaming. No, I'm not. I used to use it. 5 a.m. Lobster Mac. I used to get mad when I wouldn't get a return. It would be like $3. when I was working a shitty job, barely making any money, and they still wouldn't give me a tax return. Purse adventures. No, this is just about my friend and her shitty ass boyfriend. Hey Anna, I'm at home. I'm just outside hanging out. The fresh air, I got addicted to it this morning. Yeah, good advice, Teardrop. No, there's no paper clip. I don't even remember why I made that. I said that. Made up.
I do. Let me refresh your memory. So you were with C and Natter at the time, and you came online and you were telling your beezers that, oh, like you're afraid of Natter and you might need security cameras, and oh, I need a safe word. So like online in front of people, you were telling like, this is my safe word, paper clips. Although you were doing it online where Natter could see you, but you were acting like he was going to come to your house and you need security cameras. And oh, if I'm in trouble, I'll use my safe word paper clips. And say a safe word has to do with BDSM play. It has nothing to do with what was going on with you. But the whole situation was ridiculous because Natter didn't even have a car nor a driver's license. To see him, you had to go to his house.
The paper clips thing. Oh, as a secret word. Yeah.
It's not a secret if you tell people online, dummy.
I was really high on shrooms at the time. Paranoid and just afraid.
And the crazy thing is that she was the one that was always acting cuckoo around Natter. He wasn't coming to her house and banging on the door. She was the one going to his house and stalking his house like a freak.
We all know your safe word. That's true. I guess in any situation, if I ever came on and said that word, for example, you guys would know. I wouldn't even. You didn't pay taxes. I did pay taxes, yeah. For a long time, I paid taxes. But
Then why wouldn't you go back to Canada? If your taxes are all paid, why aren't you going back there? You're running from the tax man.
yeah, I fell behind.
Yep. Because you didn't pay for years. And that's why you have, I think, 2 or 3 bankruptcies on your record. One of which is still ongoing.
Dude stabbed a woman. I wouldn't call you paranoid. Okay, good night, Kathleen.
I mean, she just didn't think that if she got in the red with her taxes, and the government's coming after her because she owes a bunch of money, that's going to lead to bad credit. That's going to lead to, if you try to find a place somewhere in Canada, landlords look at that stuff. I mean, it's just like there's repercussions for your actions or inactions.
We're on a podcast. I want to go on Lolcow Live. No, I'm kidding. Imagine. I would have to be my old self would be better on that show.
Yep. They've already got a couple of locales. They got Boogie and they have, what's his name? They don't need you. You know, you want to be on Lolcow Live, but you're not even being a proper locale. You're too boring these days. Like your milk is stale.
No, I'm okay. I'm fine.
Lolcow Live, they're not going to put you on the payroll there. Forget it.
Yusuf, who's that? No. Even if you live in Kuwait, unless you're working here and being paid by Kuwait, you have to pay taxes. Like, my income is not Kuwaiti income. It's not from Kuwait. It's from the US. So YouTube doesn't take taxes from Canadians because we have a tax treaty, but you still have to pay the Canadian government for all income that you earn. So, yeah. No, I have an idea. I'm not exempt from that.
And it's just think about this, Chantal. The money that you made with when you were dealing with Natter, dude, you could have paid off all your taxes just in that 1 year. With probably within like 3 months worth of paychecks.
Thought I was, but I wasn't. Hey, YouTube lover. Hosting Foodie and Amber podcast. I don't think Amber would. I asked her to battle meet with me on TikTok, and she's like, "Yeah, I'll get back to you." That always means, "Oh, I'm not interested." Yeah, make decisions that will make you happy. Exactly. Life is too short. Yeah. Do I think she'll leave him? I don't know. She hasn't before, even though I give her advice. But super chats are tax free? No, they're not. You have to report all income. Chantal ALR podcast. Can you imagine? You give yourself a lot of advice you don't seem to take. Yeah, I know. I'm tired. Like I get up super early, and then by this time I'm so tired. Until I walked in the living room to see what cats were doing, they were all sitting in a circle staring at a mouse they caught.
Okay, guys, I just realized that it's almost 3 hours for this react. You guys get the idea of what's going on here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this react. Hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.